Now this has actually blown, you can tell, because this line here should be thin like it is on the ends, but it's really swollen, and obviously it's had too much higher voltage on it, or it's just worn out over the amount of time. So that's how you know that has gone anyway, because that is swollen, that pipe. So that needs to go, and we can now replace it with the new one. And now we're left with these, which is a positive red and negative black, green and white wire for the light. Right, so as you know, we've just removed the OEM cigarette lighter from the Subaru Impreza. These are an absolute fortune for some reason, and they all seem to be in America, which I don't understand. And getting it from Subaru is about £40. So what I've done is I bought one from Halfords, which was less than a tenner, and it has got the exact same body pretty much. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to modify it slightly with the old one. So what I'm going to do is remove the orange cap here and replace it with the old white one. Remove the cigarette burner, I think that's what they're called. And obviously you've got this body. The bottom is different, yes, compared to this one. Obviously that's where it's swelled, so it doesn't work anymore. But that's not to worry anymore, because if I remove this, which has got it held in place, and take it off, we have the old body. If I take this white piece off the old one, which is the equivalent to this, so that can be removed. You can put that on if you want, but I just want to keep the original because obviously it's going to be a green light. The new body on the Halfords one, put that over there because we don't need it. You can keep that if you want it, but I don't necessarily need it right now. Get the old body with the new body, remove the older one. Obviously we've got two connectors there, so I am going to have to modify this slightly. But if I put this cap on the new one, just slide it on, and just slide it on so it fits like that. Put the new body onto the old body, with this way facing out and the wire going through, so it's set up like that. So it goes on like that. Push it through into place. It's held in like that. Now you're going to get the old, I'm going to call it a nut, I'm not really sure of the name, but you want to put that back on, screw it back on, till it's tight. Obviously there is a bit of movement, but it shouldn't matter once it's in place in the car. Now with this black wire, you must be wondering now, well, it's only got one bit where it can connect to rather than the two on the Subaru. With this is going to be trial and error, but I'm going to try and solder this on to this body here in hope that it works. Probably do it just near this circle here, so it'll be soldered on, and hopefully that will work and I will have saved myself a lot of money, but we'll see. Let's get on with it now. So it's now soldered on and ready to go. Now we can go and install it on the car. And this is it up close for anyone wanting the same one to do the same thing. Obviously it's not the best solder in the world, but it will do the trick, and that is all we need. As long as it's on there and it works, we shouldn't have a problem. Now we're back in the car. Obviously this one will just go straight into this hole here like it did before. With these two, obviously this one's flat and that one's got a spade end on it, but the spade ends are also in there, so we need to put just the spades onto the wires, so on the end of the wire, just like that, and then they need crimping together. Then once that's crimped on, you'll be able to put it red to red and black to black, so back into the original holes, rather than cutting this off, because you don't really want to do that in case you do ever get a proper one if this doesn't work out as well. This is just trial and error for me. If it does work, I'll let you know in future, but obviously I'm gonna have to get rid of that one now and do the same with that. So get some pliers and crimp it together, and then it can go straight in the old plug and crimp them on. Literally as easy as that. You do the same on the red one. So that is both the black wire and the red wire now on, and now they should just go straight into here. So make sure you put red to red, black to black, black to black. On the red one it is going to be slightly smaller, so I have had to cut it down with a plier, but it's just because this is slightly thinner than the black one, but it's nothing major. And because it's a live wire, we're putting some insulation tape on it just so it doesn't shorten anything. And then it plugs straight in. Same with the black one because it is just a bare wire. Now we need to test it to make sure it works. So I've got one of these. It's actually from TikTok shop. This ain't a sponsor, but I bought one because I was curious to see how they are, and I do like how it's retractable, the wires. And to be honest, it's actually really good, and they're not that expensive from what I remember. I think I paid £13 for it, and they charges your phone or your device really quick. So if you do want one of these, the link will be in the description. Here's a little example. They go quite far, as you can see. You put it back and it retracts. It's pretty decent. But carrying on with the video, plug it in there. Moves around as well, by the way. And if we turn the ignition on, hopefully that will light up to let us know it's working. So if I turn the keys now, as you can see, it's working. I've taken the bulb out of this because it's blown and it wasn't lighting up, so I'm going to try and find another one of those, but it's working. £7 from opposed to £40. Some like £100, which is ridiculous. It's like £40 with like £100 shipping, which I really don't get why, and they're from America. I don't get it, but it's one of those things. But that is another way of doing it. Obviously someone will go in the comments and say it's a bodgy way of doing it. Yes, it may be, but if you're trying to get it done fast, there you go, that's how you do it. And if you want to save some money, but don't come at me in the comments for that. That's just a way to help you guys out, and for me, temporary, if you need one temporarily. Now fitted it back into place, and it fits just fine, and it'll go straight back in. Just wired it back up. And it fits just like the other one did, and it is perfect, and it shuts as well, so it's all good, and it definitely works if you want to do it the way I've just done it.